Welcome to SingleEverAfter. Join me as I journey through the jungle of dating in search of my true love. There's a moment in relationships that doesn't get talked about enough. The moment when things are calm, and instead of relief, you feel uncertainty. Not because anything is wrong, but because nothing is wrong. And if you're used to emotional intensity, calm can feel unfamiliar, almost suspicious, like you're waiting for something to shift, waiting for tension, waiting for conflict, waiting for something to explain the quiet. But sometimes the quiet isn't a warning. Sometimes it's peace. And learning to trust peace can be harder than surviving chaos. I used to think peace meant boredom, not consciously, but emotionally. If nothing dramatic was happening, I assumed something must be missing, because I had learned to associate emotional movement with emotional depth. Big conversations felt meaningful. Intensity felt like connection. Conflict followed by closeness felt like reassurance. And without realizing it, my nervous system learned to expect that rhythm. So when I found myself in a relationship where things were steady, I didn't immediately feel relaxed. I felt unsure. Not because the relationship lacked care, but because my body didn't recognize calm as connection yet. There was a moment recently where I noticed something felt different in a way I couldn't immediately explain. We had gone a few days without any deep emotional conversations. Not because anything was wrong, just because life was normal. Work, dinner, small talk, routine. And I remember noticing a quiet thought in my head asking, "Are we okay?" Not because anything had happened. Not because I felt disconnected, just because I was used to emotional check-ins being frequent and visible. And I realized I was looking for reassurance that didn't need to exist in that moment. Nothing was wrong. Nothing needed to be fixed. Nothing needed to be clarified. We were just okay. And that felt unfamiliar. That moment helped me see how much I had learned to associate emotional activity with emotional health. But calm doesn't mean disconnection. Sometimes calm is connection. There's something about emotional safety that can feel strangely quiet. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't prove itself dramatically. It just exists consistently. And consistency can feel unfamiliar when you're used to emotional unpredictability. Because your body doesn't immediately recognize calm as connection. It recognizes what it has practiced. And for a long time, emotional intensity felt familiar to me. Not comfortable, just familiar. And familiar can feel like safety, even when it isn't. That realization helped me understand why peace can feel confusing at first. Not because something is wrong, but because something is new. Another moment I noticed this was after a small misunderstanding that resolved quickly. We talked about it, we understood each other, and then the conversation ended. And I remember feeling slightly disoriented afterward. Not upset, not unresolved, just surprised that there wasn't an emotional after part. No lingering tension, no overthinking, no reassurance loop, just resolution. And I realized my body was still expecting the emotional rhythm I had known before. But the moment was already complete. That's when I understood something important. Peace doesn't always feel comfortable immediately. Sometimes it feels unfamiliar first. I think part of what made peace feel unfamiliar for me was realizing how much emotional movement I had learned to monitor. Checking the temperature of the relationship, checking the tone of conversations, checking whether everything felt aligned. Not because I didn't trust the relationship, but because I had learned to pay attention to shifts. And when there were fewer shifts to track, I didn't immediately feel relaxed. I felt uncertain. That surprised me because I realized calm doesn't automatically feel safe when you're learning what safe feels like. Safety can feel quiet, predictable, uneventful. And uneventful can feel confusing if you're used to emotional motion. There's a difference between emotional absence and emotional stability. And learning that difference takes experience, not logic, experience. Repeated moments where nothing dramatic happens and everything is still okay. That's how your nervous system learns, not through explanation, through repetition. And I think that's what this season of my relationship has been teaching me. Not how to fix things, not how to analyze things, but how to let calm exist without questioning it. If you've ever found yourself wondering whether calm means something is missing, if you've ever mistaken steadiness for boredom, if you've ever felt unsure in a moment where nothing was wrong, you're not alone. Sometimes peace feels unfamiliar before it feels safe. And that doesn't mean you're doing love wrong. It just means you're learning something new. I'm still learning the difference between missing chaos and trusting peace. Still learning how calm can be connection. Still learning how emotional steadiness can be love. And maybe that's part of growth in relationships. Not just learning how to love someone else, but learning how to feel safe in love. And sometimes that growth is quiet. Sometimes it looks like nothing dramatic happening. Sometimes it looks like peace. And learning to trust that peace might be one of the most important parts of love. I'm really glad you're here, and I'll talk to you next time.